Hello everybody, this is Phonito Bobbin here, and welcome to race number 36 of the 2020-21 NROL Siemens National Series season. This is the Ford Ecoboost 300 at the Homestead Miami Speedway. And now it is time for the Siemens National Series to have their championship race, their final round of the season. We saw quite a race in the Truck Series, they had quite a season finale. But now it's time for the Siemens National Series version of their season finale. Yes, 36 races, or previous 35 races, have all come down to this. And once again, we have a certain number of drivers who are in contention to win the championship. However, the big one is Hubi Lexenpulse. He is going to be the big driver that you want to look out for. So, I'll go into him in a bit, but for right now, let's give you a starting grid for today's race. Starting on the pole for this one is Justin Haley, alongside second is Chase Briscoe, third is Harrison Burton, fourth is Anthony Logan, fifth is Dane Hemrick, sixth is John Doe, seventh is Matthew Brown, eighth is Ryan Sieg, ninth is Texas, 10th is Hubi Lexenpulse, 11th is Sebastian Coquelin, 12th is Todd Tomasi, 13th is Ross Chastain, 14th is Fair McShane, 15th is Noah Gregson, 16th is Anthony Alfredo, 17th is Austin Murray, 18th is Bob Films, 19th is Zach Fitzwater Sr., 20th is Nathan Mon, 21st is Hende, 22nd is Joe Benninger, 23rd is Michael Annette, 24th is Keith Stanico, 25th is Cody Mills, 26th is DJ Reed, 27th is Justin Logar, 28th is Dane Blue, 29th is Austin Cindric, 30th is Edward, 31st is Cody Goforth, 32nd is Greg Graff, 33rd is Emily, 34th is Riley Herbst, 35th is Keisha Richardson, 36th is Brandon Jones, 37th is Ernie Irvin, 38th is Bob Punter, 39th is Shane Lamb, 40th is Xander Monty, 41st is Miles Steiner, and 42nd is Can't Drive. Almost forgot about Can't Drive, but yeah, Can't Drive. Like, I'm gonna mess this race up one more time. Let's hope it doesn't mess it up too badly then. Especially a race as important as this one. Okay. So as you remember from the Truck Series race, yeah, Grant Finger, who was like in the safe spot, or need to get into a safe spot to guarantee himself the championship. And Hubi Lexenpulse is actually in a very similar position, but he's actually in an even better position. So, Hubi Lexenpulse, your points leader. To win the championship, he must finish at least 27th. If Hubi Lexenpulse can finish 27th or better, he will guarantee himself the championship. However, of course, if he doesn't finish above 27th, then his championship could be in jeopardy. We'll have to see what happens if that is the case. Now, that being said though, there are 4 other drivers who are in contention to win the championship. So that is Casey Stanico, Matthew Brown, Henne, and Anthony Logan. Those other 4 drivers are also mathematically eligible for the championship. However, they're all within about 15 points of each other. So, only one of those guys can win, and one of those guys might even be able to steal the championship if Hubi Lexenpulse has a really bad day. So, we'll have to wait and see how all of that unfolds. And it's about to unfold starting now. And green flag is in the air for the Ford Ecoboost 300 at Homestead Miami Speedway, the final race of the Siemens National Series season. Justin Haley with a good launch. Harrison Burton, though, on the inside lane. Woo. Ooh, drivers to shift the ball for the first quarter. That's nice. Whoa, Hubi Lexenpulse are going to the inside lane. There's some interesting stuff going on here. Now, of course, there are many differences that can play out here. However, as long as Hubi Lexenpulse is running above 27th, he's guaranteed the championship. But if he falls below 27th, then we're going to start to look for possibilities. Probably, obviously, don't have to look for those possibilities, but this is auto racing, and you never know. And here's Matthew Brown. One of the drivers still mathematically eligible for the championship. I tell you what, he and Anthony Logan, they were actually right on top of, well, not right on top, but close to who beat Lexipos for a bit, and then both of these two had a bad day in Charlotte a couple races ago. So Matthew Brown has a mathematical shot to win the championship, but it's a long shot. Another driver with a mathematical shot, of course, Anthony Logan. And actually, Anthony Logan, running in third at the moment, is the last driver in the point standings right now who is mathematically eligible for the championship. Anyone else sixth on back? Well, no shot. So, Hubi Lexipos, who might be getting a bit of help here from Tyler Tomasi. And speaking of Tyler Tomasi, he got his long-awaited win a couple races ago as well, speaking of Charlotte. Meanwhile, that was also a very good race for Hubi Lexipos. And this race off to pretty good start as well. Hubi Lexipos currently in 7th. Oh boy, he's not going to be at 7th for long though if he does that. And oh boy, he's just giving up a spot to Matthew Brown. Meanwhile, up front, Justin Haley leads. And Haley's led every lap since the drop of the green flag. They did win a race or two in the regular season, but... Well, actually, I did win a race and did make the playoffs. But just wasn't consistent enough over the past 8 races. So... It's also just... You know, Anthony Logan looking to do something, maybe. So now the top 7, all within each other. Tell you what though, just Neil doing a pretty good job at leading this race so far. Actually, I believe it was Justin Haley who won the race here earlier in the season. The flat version of Homestead. Yeah, I believe Haley won that race too. So could Justin Haley go 2 for 2 in Homestead races? Oh, here we go. Now we got some multi-wide action. Harrison Burton going low. Also got John Doe and Ryan Siegel with him. And here comes Harrison Burton now on the inside lane. Oh, as the other guys on the island scrape the wall there. Nathan Logan being one of them. And Harrison Burton can move up to 3rd place. And Ryan Sieg was able to use that as an opportunity to make up a couple spots as well. Here comes Can't Drive. Now that being said though, this is a 1.5-mile track, and the truck series drivers do get around the lap traffic pretty quickly. So let's see what happens here. Here we come onto the straightaway. Yet the field gonna waste no time. Yep. Probably gonna make a difference. I tell you what though, if Cantor isn't careful, he could still cause an accident before it's all said and done. Hubi Lexipos up to 6th. So now here is clear as sailing. Ooh, Anthony Logan up against the wall. By the way, Anthony Logan's championship run, if you haven't been following the series, his one has been based off of pure consistency. I mean, so Anthony Logan didn't win a single race in the regular season. And he was actually in position to win the regular season championship just for being consistent But ironically, because of can't drive, Anthony Logan had a crash in the last race of the regular season, and the regular season championship wound up going to Ecoboost, so by that point, he already won a couple races. Ever since then, Anthony Logan's been trying to, you know, make a comeback, and unfortunately, it's just never been able to materialize. That being said, though, he is still mathematically eligible, so maybe there's still a chance. But that's only if Fubi has a bad day, which he certainly isn't. Meanwhile, another driver who made off of here consistency is Ryan Sieg. I think a lot of us were expecting Ryan Sieg to make the playoffs. But yeah, with pure consistency, Sieg made the playoffs as well. Unfortunately, he went on to do nothing really with that playoff berth, but to make it is still an achievement for that team. And here he goes around Harrison Burton. I tell you what, Ryan Sieg, he may not have won a race so far this season, but that could change today. Meanwhile, the battle's happening. Ooh, but Expo's in the wall for a bit there. That's allowed Matthew Brown to make up the spot. So these three, Logan, Brown, and Lexipulse, I've been keeping my eye on those three for most of the year. Well, most of the season. And in the end, only one of them has stood out. And that'd be the guy running in 7th and in the best position that he could be in right now to win the championship. I tell you what, especially with that late season run for Hubi Lexipulse, you know, only having to finish 27th or better to guarantee the championship, that's quite something. Even Grant Enfinger didn't have that guarantee. And, you know, he still won the championship. But I tell you what, there were a couple points in the race where perhaps he wouldn't win the championship. Nah, that being said, though, Enfinger, the whole race, he was in the first place in the point standings. And same thing can be said so far for Hubi Lexipulse as well. Oh, Anthony Logan scrapes the wall. That's allowed Matthew Brown to gain a position. And Hubi Lexipulse following suit. Race is starting to quiet down a little bit. Not a lot of action happening at the moment. By this point, we already had a caution in the truck race. But so far, just caution free for this race. Now here comes Can't Drive once again. I tell you what though, this race may be a bit boring, but I'm sure Hubi is happy that it's a boring race. Ooh, as Matthew Brown escapes the wall, Hubi Lexipulse to the spot. Here we are on Can't Drive once again. Oh, here's Todd Tomasi. Oh boy, the Highland getting slowed up here. Uh-oh. Oh boy. Okay, that one was slightly more dangerous. Hubi Lexipulse gonna drop a few spots here. Down to 9th. Still in contention. But we'll see if maybe he can gain back a few spots. And meanwhile, Tyler Tomasi has now moved up a few spots. He's now up to 5th. Oh, what's going on here? Oh, what's this? Nervous pitting. Wow. Wasn't expecting to see pit stops. Oh boy. And one of those is Anthony Logan. Hang on. Oh, what's that? What in the world just happened? Okay, so Anthony trying to get up pit road, gets into Ross Chastain, and he misses, and he stretched into the barrels. Oh my god. Anthony Logan, the last driver in mathematical contention to win the championship, is out. Wow. First of all, I wasn't expecting to see pit stops. I didn't think this race was that long. Yeah, Chastain gets split up a little bit. John Doe may save on pit road, but Anthony Logan does not. And Riley Herbst also had to come to a dead stop just to avoid Anthony Logan, and that's actually costed. That's just costed Riley Herbst some time. I mean, Herbst wasn't having a very good day anyways, but now he's gonna lose a few seconds because of that. Wow, Anthony Logan, your final championship contender, is out of the race. Wow. Well, that's it for Anthony Logan. His 2020-21 Siemens National Series Championship run is officially over. And meanwhile, who'll be like supposed? There's a few spots there because of that. Like the field got jumbled up a little bit because of that. Well, there you go. So that is officially going to end Anthony Logan's 2020-21 championship run. Well, better luck next year. Meanwhile, that pit stop has created a bit of a gap here. Oh, whoops. Created a bit of a gap here between some drivers. As now top 5 is pulled out to quite a lead here. As Harrison Burton now trying to get around Chase Briscoe. Not going to do it though. Maybe. Oh, Ryan Sealy enough used his opportunity. By the way, any more pit stops or was that it? No, it doesn't seem like it. Alright, Ryan Sieg. Now on the attempt to get around Harrison Burton, I think he's gonna do it. Maybe not. Yeah, John Doe coming off pit road. Not sure why they pitted though. I guess maybe they hit the wall so much that now their tires are worn out, their sides are worn out or something. I don't know. Either way, as a result of the wall driving. I know Ryan Seek's still trying to get around. There's Burton. And now John Doe is in here, but John Doe, of course, as you saw, came up pit road here, so John Doe not running for position. Maybe I'll accept the road here, just down the road. We'll be the Expo scenario leader of this particular pack. We're leaning over Matthew Brown, and here is Exodus. Final chance for him to get a Siemens Nations win for the year. Oh, what is this? Oh my goodness, look at John Doe. That pit stop has just put him on fresh tires. And this might lead him to unlap himself. Look at this. And just like that, John Doe. Not quite yet. We'll see through this next corner. Yep, John Doe is not going to unlap himself. I'm not sure what lap he's on. More drivers pitting. Daniel Hemrick is going up pit road. Yeah, a few drivers are choosing to pit now. Ryan Sieg still trying to get around Harrison Burton. And here is Daniel Hemrick. Walls is getting on pit road. He's likely going to be passing these guys as well to get his lap back. Let's see. More drivers pitting. You know, is this track too big? Or could we see this race come down to strategy? Here comes Daniel Hemrick. Looks like the Hemrick has now also unlapped himself. Or though, could we see the leaders pit some point? See with another pass. I just can't drive. Oh boy, traffic. Oh boy, they slowed right down. And can't drive in the wall. So this top 5 has officially broken away. Meanwhile, various drivers have pitted. Well, they better hope that there isn't a caution flag! What was that? Graf just slid across the racetrack. Wow. That wasn't very safe. Graf being a little patient on pit road, he slides across the grass. And unfortunately, he isn't going to get into anybody, but wow. That was not safe. So very service paint stuff. You know, if the leaders do eventually have to pit, the longer that they stay out, then the more that the drivers behind are going to overcut them. Or undercut them. I don't know, one of those two. Well, I think they're coming. Now Haley just has a bit of a gap. So the field's starting to get a little bit spread out here. So now the bottom 25 have all pitted. This race has gone weird. Very weird final race of the season for the Siemens National Series. Yeah, more drivers are pitting. It seems like drivers are just pitting progressively. You know, usually you'd have a bunch of drivers pitting all at once, but it seems for now you just have 1 or 2 cars at a time coming onto pit road. So the top 20 has not pitted yet. Meanwhile, Haley has been able to build a gap. So the top 4, or these 4 guys now all together trying to race to it, except now they're being passed up by drivers who just pitted. You know, it seems like it's from the back of the field. Like, as we continue, drivers who are further back in the field are pitting, and more of them are of the back are pitting. So I do think eventually we will get to the lead. And what is Ross Chastain doing? Wow, Chastain is insane. So, yeah. You know, with everyone pitting at all these random times, if the leaders do eventually pit, then who is going to be the driver in the lead? Yeah, these guys up front can't really race each other because they're all, well, all on worn tires, so they're getting more spread out. These guys were on fresh tires, like a lot of the drivers who are pitting or who have pitted. It'd be easier. I'm considerably surprised of the pit lane situation, though. And they have Anthony Logan, who did quite possibly the worst pit entry job I've ever seen, which took him out of the race and out of the championship. It was a long shot for Anthony Logan anyway. Like, the chance of winning the championship were just microscopic anyways. So, yeah. So Anthony Logan officially got the championship bunt, but he was never really in the hunt to begin with anyways. Well, the race started to quiet down a little bit. Ruby Lexipulse kind of just been no man's land right now, currently running at 6th. Which, as far as the championship is concerned, is a really good spot. So as long as Hubi just stays there, he's fine. But I'm not sure if he has to pit or... Oh, Harris can't drive. I think Can't Drive held up Justin Haley for a bit. Oh, he did! Chase Briscoe now running down Justin Haley. We're about for the lead, about to brew. Meanwhile, the top 14 drivers now on the same lap. So could we see these leaders pit? Or are they going to stay out for the rest of the race? Only time will tell. Oh, what's going on here? Oh, AJ Allmendinger is getting into these guys. Yeah, Allmendinger, another driver just pitted. Tyler Tomasi. Now he's trying to run down Ryan Sieg. Tell you what, as far as part-timers, no, full-timers, Sport Motorsports having a pretty good day. They actually had this good of a day back in Charlotte, and now they've been able to repeat that for the last race of the season. Pretty late though. I tell you what, if these two, or well, if Tyler had been on this game all year, all season, whatever you want to say it, he probably would have had just as good of a shot to win the championship as Ruby Lexipulse. But Tyler Tomasi's just not good enough this year. Never even made the playoffs. Didn't even come close to making the playoffs, actually. Well, this battle first is starting to heat up. So the top 14 have not pitted. And honestly, I don't think they will. I think that everyone in the top 14, or at least everyone in the top 10 at least, is going to stay out for the whole rest of this race. Which means that this race for the lead between Justin Haley and Chase Briscoe is likely going to go all the way to the checkered flag. Or the caution if one comes out before the race is over. Meanwhile, Ryan Sieg with another run at Harrison Burton. But it's hard for these guys to battle on tires as worn as this. Ooh, Ryan Sieg with the run on the high line. Not good enough, though. That actually cost him a spot. So how long do you think until Chase Briscoe gets around Justin Haley? Yeah, top 14 has not pitted yet. Oh, Briscoe with the attempt there, but he hit the wall too hard. I tell you what, though, Hubie must be super happy to be in the position that he is right now, because right now he is way above the safe spot. So at this point in time, Hubie will expulse. Unless he messes up. He's got it. So less than 20 to go in the race and the season. I haven't seen any live traffic for a while. So Reno, Texas is the first driver a lap down. Could we see him come up here? Well, let's take a look, actually. Oh. He's coming. Oh, what happened here? Yeah, I was mentioning that. I forgot to check this out. Tata Massey with a run on Ryan Sieg. Actually, I believe Ryan Sieg got back around Tata Massey at some point. So Tata Massey's getting back around him with a clean pass. That being said, I don't think there's enough laps for Texas to catch back up to these guys. I will say this, though. There is something you gotta know. If a caution were to come out, or all these guys, all the front runners pitted, that would likely put Texas in first position. Okay, not first position, second as of 21. I think that's Anthony Alfredo, currently in 15th in that spot. Thing is, though, if those guys would have, even on fresh tires, it's too late in the race for them to make up that ground. It's way too late based on the pace that they're going. So this is likely going to be a race to the checkered flag or to the next caution, if one should come out, between Justin Haley and Chase Briscoe. And Justin Haley, I believe, has led every single lap since the drop of the green flag. And Justin Haley has utterly dominated this race. Domination from Justin Haley in the final round of the season. And yeah, I do believe, I can't recall, but I do believe Justin Haley did win this race at this track earlier on in the season. Meanwhile, Tata Massey trying to get around Harrison Burton. So if Justin Haley wins this race, he will sweep Homestead. Meanwhile, here comes, Anthony Alfredo, the first driver a lap down. But unfortunately, it's just too little too late for anyone behind to take the lead. Unless, actually, the only chance these guys have is if another caution comes out. That being said, though, drivers beginning to unlap themselves could play a factor in the last 10 laps of this race. Ooh, Anthony Alfredo with a very dangerous move. Oh, another thing. If we do have a caution, and as many of these guys as possible unlap themselves, then these guys on the fresher tires will have a big advantage and could possibly take the lead and seal this race. As it stands, Haley is your leader. And there we go. Caution's out. There it is. Caution has come out. I think I may have jinxed it. And Anthony Alfredo, though. Oh, man. Oh, man. Wow. This changes everything. A caution comes out with less than 10 laps to go. This changes everything. Well, before we find out what happens next, though, as Liz will be pitting, before we find out what happens next, let's go back in time and see what happened to bring out this caution. Wow. Some late race drama in the finale of the Siemens National Series season. And there we go. Yeah, the faster cars getting involved with some of the slower cars. Oh, it was Hubi Lexipulse. Hubi Lexipulse, your championship leader at the moment, gets into it. Wow. Oh, big pile up here. Big pile up. And a fuel champion Henne. Henne, another driver who was running for the championship, is out. And I don't think this crash is even over yet. See what happens here. Wow. Some late race drama in the final round of the season. I messed up the camera. I do apologize for that. Wow. Let's see what happened next. Wow. A big pile up. I believe, actually, I don't think it was even over yet. Let's see what happened next. Oops, wrong way. Ah, these three as well sitting on the track. That wasn't over yet. Chastain blown up. And what? Oh, it's still wrecking. Wow. A big long crash. Right at the end of the race. Hey, Jalbert made through pretty cleanly up until got into the back of Bob Punter and then got hit by Michael Annette. Wow. And it's still not over yet. Utter chaos on the race back to the line. Man, quite an accident. And it just happened that it all started off here with Hubi Lexipulse. Let's go back a lap and see what happened there in greater detail. So, Hubi Lexipulse was surrounded by fast traffic trying to lap themselves, and Hubi Lexipulse just went too high on just Snodgar, lost control, and took out John Doe and everyone behind him. Not sure if that was planned or an accident. But there you go, a long crash that will take out multiple cars. And a crash that has happened really late into this race. This might change things. So as we are this close to the end of the race, and the end of the season, what is going to happen here as far as pit stops. So let's see. So Justin Haley and Chase Briscoe unfortunately have to give up their lead spots here and come down pit road. In fact, I believe that everyone that did not pit up to this point will have to pit. That's Ryan Sieg and Hubi Lexpulse, who was running in 6th, now has to come down pit road for a service. Wow. Oh, another thing worth noting. Hendon, another championship contender. His season is done. So it's not the case to Nico and Matthew Brown to steal this championship at the last minute. Wow. Now that being said though, most of the field was a lap down. So it's gonna be interesting to see how the lineup is gonna be. And another thing worth mentioning, since we have less than 10 laps to go, I believe that they are not going to go double file. I think that we're gonna have a single file restart, which would mean that all the front runners are gonna be at the tail end of the field, and that would mean that they could still go for the race win. So let's now skip forward a few laps and see what the situation is. Alright, lights out. So let's stop it here because we have a very interesting starting grid. This is a Salty screaming. So here are all of the drivers up here. And I believe... Where is Anthony Alfredo? I can't... Oh, Harrison Burton's up and... Oh! There were a couple drivers that did not pit. And since a lot of these guys were a lap down, some of them 2 laps down, they're going to stay that way. Now here is your running order. 3rd place on back. So Anthony Alfredo has moved up to 3rd place with that. And meanwhile, Harrison Burton is all the way up into 2nd. I believe he did not pit. That could cost him positions. And same thing for Tyler Tomasi, who's actually running in 3rd. I believe those were the only 2 that did not pit there. That's going to slow him up. So right now, we're going to turn the focus on Anthony Alfredo. And of course, these are all the guys running for positions, and we'll see what happens to Harrison Burton and Tyler Tomasi. So let's skip forward a little bit. Yeah, single file. So focus on to Anthony Alfredo. Here we go. And green flag back in the air in Homestead. 5 laps to go. I feel already going nuts. Oh, because can't drive us there. A very chaotic restart back here. Very chaotic indeed. And he'll be Lexpulse currently running in 7th. Yep. Next, I believe Tyler Tomasi got around Harrison Burton at one point. Meanwhile, Hubi Lexpulse up to 5th now. We'll tune back into this race. Actually, you know, we don't even have to see what happens next, because I believe that there is a battle going on up front. So let's now see what happened here, because Tyler Tomasi got around Harrison Burton at one point. Let's go back a little bit. This is around the restart. So at one point earlier, Tyler Tomasi got around Harrison Burton. Of course, these two on severely worn tires now, getting passed up by all the traffic that did pit. look at how slow they're having to go. And Harrison Burton pitted. That explains that Harrison Burton goes on to pit road, and Harrison Burton is going to give up his position. And Tyler Tomasi is the last man standing now. Tyler Tomasi leads the race. But Anthony Alfredo is coming fast. This is it. Race for the win. And Tyler Tomasi now comes to pit road. Tyler Tomasi having to give up the spot. And Anthony Alfredo takes the lead with 3 laps to go. Anthony Alfredo, who played his cards right, is now your leader with 3 laps to go. Meanwhile, Huber Lexpo is currently in 5th. So 3 laps to go in one of the craziest season finales that we've had in this series. So it would look like Tyler Tomasi and Harrison Burton were going to battle there, but I don't know why they didn't pit there. I guess they were so confident that they could make it to the end, and then they started the extra racing and they realized, oh, our tires are going bald. And as a result, that is handed over the lead to Anthony Alfredo, who is now your leader. There is 2 laps to go. And Anthony Alfredo, I believe, already has a win on the season, so this will be Anthony Alfredo's 2nd win in the 2020-21 season. And here we go. White flag is in the air. 1 lap to go in the race. 1 lap to go in the season. Anthony Alfredo is leading the race. Justin Haley, who dominated this race and would have likely dominated the race all the way to the end if it wasn't for that caution flag. Now, Anthony Logan is sticking over the spot, and he's got quite a comfortable gap on everyone behind him. DJ Reed, no, someone, actually one of the Ryan C cars, actually the closest to Anthony Alfredo, but they are a long ways back, and Anthony Alfredo will win the Ford Ecoboost 300 at Homestead Miami Speedway, and Hubi Lexipulse will cross the line in 5th, and Hubi Lexipulse, your 2020-21 NROL Siemens National Series champion, and Tobaba Motorsports is championship team in the Siemens National Series. I tell you, a big win for Hubi and a big win for Tobaba Motorsports. This same car, the driver who drove this car in the last season, came up 2nd in the championship and could not do it. And now the replacement, that's the way to put it, the replacement driver who replaced the driver who drove this car last season, who left Tobaba Motorsports after this season due to an argument. That driver is taking over this car, and he is now the champion. And of course, Anthony Alfredo as well with the win. Well, that was quite a season finale. So, Hubi Lexipulse, your champion of the Siemens National Series. You know, the driver of that car, of course, last year, that car was the number 53. I won't mention the driver's name, but the aforementioned driver, was in that car, came up 2nd, and he was still mathematically in contention to win the championship, but he just couldn't do it in the final race of the season. So he left Tobaba Motorsports due to an argument with his boss, and so Hubi Lexipulse stepped up to fill the void, and, well, he's champion. And also, Tobaba Motorsports, victorious as champions in the Siemens National Series. This Tobaba Motorsports Siemens National Series even existed a few years ago. Tobaba Motorsports started racing in the Siemens National Series a year ago when a few young drivers wanted to race for Tobaba Motorsports. And one of those drivers, as I said, one of the drivers was close to winning it, but they just couldn't do it in the final race. And now, a year later, that driver has done it. And just like that, Huber Lexpulse is your 2020-21 NROL Siemens National Series champion. And as champion, Huber Lexpulse will most likely be racing for Japan Motorsports in the Cup Series next season. As for Renato Alfredo, cool to see him getting a second win of his career. Maybe he'll go place as well. And wow, Myatt Snyder coming home in second place due to that weird restart. Myatt Snyder comes home in second. Wow. So, actually, Darren Monty came home in third as well. So, Ryan Sieg, wow. Just realizing this now, all the Ryan Sieg cars finished in 7th. Or top 7, I mean. So, overall, a good day for some. So then, let's now consider the rest of the grid. Anthony Alfredo comes home in first. Wins the race, Myatt Snyder in second. Chase Briscoe in third. Jaden Monty in fourth. Just Stanley fifth. Huber Lexpulse, your champion, comes home in sixth. Ryan Sieg in seventh. Decker Fitzwater in eighth. Ernie Irvin ninth. Noah Griggs in 10th. Cody Go 4th. 11th. Dick Hamrick in 12th. Matthew Brown 13th. 6th. 14th. Balcon from 15th. Dan Blue 16th. Emily at 17th. Keith Stanico in 18th. DJ Reed in 19th. Jose Milson 20th. Sebastian Golan 21st. Edwin 22nd. Brandon Jones 23rd. Nathan Mott 24th. Free McShane 25th. Greg Griffin 26th. Harrison Burton 27th. Todd Tomasi 30th. No, Edward 27th or 22nd. Brandon Jones 23rd. Nathan Mott 24th. 25th. Free McShane. And Tyler Tomasi in 28th. It was running up front all day up until that weird caution messed things all up. And I tell you what, though, if Tyler Tomasi and Harrison Burton did pit there, they would have been in contention to win the race. But they didn't pit. And yeah, so Tyler Tomasi looked like he might have been able to win the final race of the season. But unfortunately, a late race sausage is going to mess them all up. So there you go. Just Longer comes home in 20th. Bradley Opus in 30th. Can't drive in 31st. Keith Richardson actually can't drive the last running car. Everyone else are the ones who got involved in the accident. So Keith Richardson coming up in 32nd. Michael in 33rd. Bob Punter 34th. Austin River 35th. Ross 36th. A.J. Albany 37th. John Doe 38th. Hendon 39th. Shane Lamb 40th. Austin Snick 41st. And Nathan Logan 42nd. Wow. So, Huber Lexpulse had to finish 27th or something or better to win the championship. And so his competition was Keith Stanico, Matthew Brown, Hendon, and Anthony Logan. I don't think any of those guys are even in the top 6. So even if Huber Lexpulse did have to finish above that position, he beat all of this competition anyways. So didn't even have to guarantee the championship. It was already up there. Well, that sunsets on another Siemens National Series season. Got one more race to run though this weekend. But that's it for the NROL Siemens National Series season. Huber Lexpulse your champion. Japan Motorsports is a championship-winning team in the Siemens National Series. However, one of Japan Motorsports drivers, being the man himself, could win the championship tomorrow as well. So Japan Motorsports looking to go big this season. So that's it for the Siemens National Series, but we have one more race to run in the season. And that is, of course, the Skills Cup Series. But that comes up next. So that's it for this video. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you in whatever I make next, which will likely be the Skills Cup Series season finale.